9,000 feet up in the air, climbing the granite face of El Capitan with no ropes. Well, kudos to Alex Honnold, but I don't think any of us would even think about doing this without, or even with the ropes or harness. And although this might be one of our goals, or one of my goals in the future, I don't recommend starting there. National Park Service in 2021 defines bouldering as a form of rock climbing at low heights without the use of ropes or harness. It is most often done outdoors or indoors with the safety of a crash pad. I've been climbing for 4 years. I've been climbing competitively for 3 of them. This year I was asked to assistant coach the youth team at my home gym. And over all the different kinds of climbings, I definitely prefer bouldering. Bouldering in and itself is a very strategic and strength demanding sport all at the same time. Probably the biggest reason I like it so much. Bouldering can be frustrating to begin, but I'm here to help you find where you should climb, the basics of bouldering, and how to advance your skill and technique. So you stumble upon the idea of bouldering. Maybe you saw it online, heard it from a friend, or you're listening to my speech. Well, what first? I recommend finding a climbing gym. These can be specific for bouldering, or they can have a bunch of different kinds of climbing in the facility. +1 in May 2021 says indoor bouldering is a climbing discipline undertaken without ropes or on approximately 4-meter high artificial walls with landing mats to ensure safety. Gyms are much safer than the outdoor experience climbing without experience. Once you find a gym, I recommend filling out a waiver. This will save time for you and the employees checking you in. Once you arrive and you've been checked in, you'll get a safety tour and learn how to fall. To fall, you want to check your surroundings, make sure no one's under you. Widen your stance. You don't want to be falling in a narrow stance and hurt your knees. And make sure to cross your arms and tuck your head. And lastly, roll to your back. Next, after you get your tour, you'll then be asked to get your shoes. When you get your shoes, they might be a little tight, and this is normal. These are my shoes. These are meant to hug your feet really tightly so you don't slip off the wall. These are absolute hell to break in, but after about 2 hours of climbing, your feet should be numb enough that you don't feel that pain. So now you've gotten your shoes and you know how to fall correctly. Now you should be ready to climb some walls. I have some tips and tricks that you can use when you're starting to climb, like how to start. I recommend finding an easier route. These routes range from V0 to V15, V0 being the easiest, so probably look for a V0. You will find the start holds, which are either taped or labeled. So you'll put 2 hands on one start hold, or if it's a dual start, you'll put 1 hand on each start hold. After that, you'll bring your feet up, and once you feel established on the wall, you'll make your first move. Another thing I recommend is to straighten your arms. This will help you stay on the wall longer and help any extra strain and stress from your arms. It'll help prevent that. Another thing, to use your legs. It'll help you move and reach farther holds, and it'll help you shift your weight from side to side or forward or backward. Women's Wilderness Access in October of 2022 also gives an important pointer to use the routes that are the same color and or tape the same color as the start hold. So when you feel that you have advanced your climbing and are starting to send V4 to V5 easier, here are some things to keep in mind. Some technique will come naturally, or it'll come from watching other people on videos or on the wall. You'll learn how to toe hook, which is pulling your toe in on the wall to keep yourself on the wall. Another way to do that is a heel hook. You'll learn how to dyno, which is coming off the wall with both your hands and your feet to get to the next hold. Another thing you will learn is what the different holds are and what they entail. And you should make sure to make friends when you're climbing, because they'll help you with your beta. You'll come down off the wall, and they'll try to walk you through different things. You can help them, and you can just help each other through the routes. And lastly, and most importantly, make sure to rest. Bouldering is very hard on your skin, and it's really exhausting for your muscles, so you have to take adequate time to rest and let your skin heal. Bouldering is definitely a thing you should try out, and now you know how to begin and how to advance your skills and technique to become a rad climber. So, if you decide you want to try bouldering out, I would recommend hitting me up. I will help you through the starting stages, and I would love to be your climbing partner for the time. And to finish out, I'd like to leave you with a quote by Alex Lowe when he was asked who the best climber was. He says, "The best climber is the one having the most fun." Thank you.